Good morning, y'all. Well, we are got ourselves in a position where we feel like we're about ready to start working. Like I said in the last video, we had been down on the driveway, so we went and got the excavator off the driveway. It's a little muddy, and we've got in a position here to where Zach is over here and he's checking these pins. Now we feel like that we know we still have to bend some stuff. And we did work on that top one the other day. Now we feel like our best option is to bend one of these. We're not sure which one. We're gonna take some measurements right now and we're gonna see how we feel. We have no real way to properly measure this. We just don't have the tools. But what we do have is we have a pin, we have 2 bushings. The pin's got to go through them 2 bushings, and it does not. We're close. We're way closer than we were. We're going to take some measurements, best we can. We're going to just make a decision, and we're going to start bending stuff, hopefully until that pin slides down through there. Once that pin slides down through there, we should be able to start assembling the front end of this thing, get the blade on it and all that business, which is still going to be quite a bit of work. But either way, we're ready to go. So let's do it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Sometimes that thing's got to be clocked just right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right, Zach, put her in from the top, and let's see if that makes any sense. If you do it your way, that says this needs to go up here, and this way it looks like this needs to go up here. So that's kind of confirming 2 different directions.
Right.
That.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you could probably just let the hydros down.
It's already firing up, so everything wins.
Put some real weight on that, or leave it on the track. Probably leave it on the track.
I mean, we can put it down on that block. Just barely on the block, so it's got some support.
You got it. Yep.
See if it looks like it's got more equal space on the bottom. Rocking it left to right.
Yeah, it's still
Still about the same?
It's still pretty far out.
All right, grab the old pin. Zach, hold that right there for me. Slap that pin right there. Don't hit.
No. I won't. Ready?
Hold. Grab the other pin.
Yep. Put it in there.
Cutting, I can see shit in there. It's pushing some stuff out.
Zach, do you know where that Milwaukee marker
Yep, it's in the
is?
truck.
Let's see if that worked.
You want to mark all the way around it?
Well,
Is it?
what I'm thinking is maybe doing
Oh, I gotcha.
because
Yes.
because we only had one place we could put the grease fitting.
Yeah. So then the grease will travel down the pin.
So the
slowly.
grease will actually travel down
Mhm.
to.
Yeah, that's no problem. I should be able to do that pretty easily.
Yeah, and it's definitely not outside that. So this is going to be the same thing, but it's going to
Up.
travel up.
Mm-hmm. That's the depth of the bush.
Okay. So we could actually even go something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our...
It's over here. Right there.
Okay. So maybe that goes something like that. And then maybe this goes something. Let's see where we end up here.
Yeah, that's pretty
Something
damn
like
good.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
I'll go cut some grooves.
All right.
inches from the.
Yep.
So basically, there's right there.
Here, where's your hammer at?
The fuck? Oh, did I put it over here? Oh yeah, brought it with me and set it down.
Move over to the side. Nope. Move over here so the camera can see what we're doing.
Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, my bad. Didn't realize that thing was still going. Move it to the 8.
Yep. Now get your
Yep.
marked on the insides. That way you'll know where you can come down to.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Fucking make a big old channel that goes down and then splits and goes around.
Okay. Yeah, like it drops down and then
Drops down and then boom, like that.
Cool.
Here, Zach, you're gonna need this.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, we're making some pretty good headway. Basically, our forward progress on this whole project was completely stopped by bushings and pins. We fit bushings and pins for 2 weeks. It's that difficult. And like I've said before, these bushings are some like tool steel. They're hardened steel bushings because some of these from the factory are not greasable. So they know they're going to get worn terribly. So essentially, what we've done is you can see that we've drilled all these out, drilled the bushings, which drilling bushings is almost impossible. It would take you a day to drill 4 bushings. They're so hard they won't drill. So anyway, we've got all these things. They're all drilled. They all have grease fittings. Now what we've done is it's so hard to drill the bushings. The bushings in here, we actually didn't drill to grease. But what we did was you've seen Zach, he cut a road map in this thing. So essentially what we've done is this right here is gonna get grease from here. Then as this travels around right here, it's going to grease this bushing. Well, the grease is going to end up going down this path and around here, and it's going to grease those bushings. So instead of drilling these and tapping everything, we've just made it up in the pin. The grease is going to travel around, and it's going to get into all the bushings that way. So we've basically taken places that were not greasable and made them greasable. So it's a serviceable part now. We can actually grease it. this thing will outlast me. Like I'll be dead before any of this needs to be done again. If you're somebody like me and you're using a bulldozer just to do farm work. So honestly, once we get done with this road, we don't even need a bulldozer. So other than clearing some stuff for our next concrete pads, but at some point we would probably be better off trading this thing in for a skid steer, because in the grand scheme of maintenance here, a skid steer would probably serve us better, I'm guessing. Yeah, we're gonna keep on going. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get this fit on here. It's starting to blow. The clouds have been black all day. 65% chance of rain today, and all of a sudden, boom! It went to 15% this morning, and so we're gonna keep going here for a minute. We're going to get this thing down, put this on, put the pin in, start greasing things and seeing how we're doing here, getting that done, and then in just a minute, I'm going to show you what we're doing about these guys, getting some gear oil in them. So let's do it.
Shoot, probably don't even need that block now. It's
yeah, we got it down real far now.
Yeah. Here, watch your feet.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right. This guy's gonna line up with the grease fitting.
We're pretty close to being lined up.
We're real close. Where's our hammer at?
It's starting in the bottom bushing right now.
Yep.
There it is.
You want to lift that thing up and get it back up where we can work on it again?
Heck yeah. That moves nice.
Actually, let me, well, we can always put one of them in, and then we're going to have to start working the hydraulics to get oil back in here.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna grease these, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
Grease these now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see where, oh, crap.
What? What do we do? What do we forget?
I don't know. It's not in the box. Our spacer on the inside of
Oh,
it.
it's definitely not in there. Yeah, we didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It went in easy enough. We can drive it back out.
Yeah, we'll drive it back
All
out.
right, well, let's go ahead and do that right now.
All right, we're going to do this again.
Yeah, I've seen the back. Where is that
We
thing?
got a spacer in here that we forgot to put in.
Yep.
So we're going to pull this out and do it right. We're going to put that spacer in. All right, guys, we're back apart. Just took us a few minutes. And Zach is currently looking for our spacer.
Spacer.
Boom. I know this doesn't do a lot. Well, actually it might. Maybe the reason why this was bent before is because it didn't have a spacer in it before.
Yeah, it didn't at all. And it's supposed to.
It's supposed to. So, all right, now we got to get this back lined up again and get this guy in here.
Hardly going at all.
Yeah, that's fine. It's because this thing is up, so therefore it's kind of in a weird.
Here, so the bottom needs to go. The bottom needs to come out. Yep.
Yep. Can't see much, but I know I need a bigger hammer.
But I needed to move.
There we go.
Spacer's in.
Second time's a charm.
Yep.
And the spacer's in.
Not near as bad as redoing the chain.
Nope. All right, there's our spacer. They put that guy in there for a reason, I guess. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's to keep dirt and debris from getting in there and laying on the bushings and whatever. I don't know. I'm not a bulldozer mechanic yet, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so. All right, so that's gonna go give her a rip with grease. We'll see if basically weeks worth of work putting the bushings in and days worth of work drilling, figuring out how we were gonna do it and whatever, so. All right.
It come out the bottom and the top.
All right, so that was a success. So I'm sure that getting grease into the inner bushings is probably gonna be a little more difficult, but as we grease this every day, I promise you, it's gonna work its way in there, no problem, so.
Oh, yeah. Immediately, almost immediately flows out the top and the bottom.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Hit it a few more times, Zach. All right, throw it back on the top and let's hit the top a few more times. Oh yeah, beautiful. Now we're gonna waste a little bit of grease because the deal is that the only way that we could really reasonably do this is to drill into this. Now we could have drilled into this, but but it just would have been harder for us to do. So obviously the grease is going to migrate to the top first before it goes down. But with all those grooves in there, it is going to grease everything. We can see it's coming out of every spot, so that's not a problem. What we're going to do is I'm going to have Zach start working on these bushings right here, and then I'll go ahead and start working on these guide rollers. So right here, let's do it. That one feels like a short one. Maybe that one was the long one. All right, guys, so normally on these, one of these 3 bolts is drilled all the way through to the center where the oiling is. These ones aren't. I've had all these apart and none of them go through. So that means that the only way to oil these is from the center. So you basically just start filling this up with oil. When it reaches the bottom of that, it's halfway full. Or normally, on a normal John Deere part, which these are not genuine John Deere parts, normally you would spin this to where the bolt that you're using to fill is right here in the center. You'd put it in there, fill it up, it would fill it halfway up, you'd be done. Obviously this one doesn't work like this. We got to fill this one from the center. And it's not going to be easy because there's a plate right behind this. So I'm not exactly sure why they did it like this. All right, y'all. That is it. So, what you guys didn't see was I had said that I was going to fill these rollers with oil, and I was going to kind of show how to do that. But this roller is not cut for an oil passage to oil them properly, or oil them from what I know how to oil them. This is a different style. Obviously, there's something else going on. I have to figure that out. I'm going to have to send somebody an email because I've had the whole cover off. I've had the inner cap off, and it won't take oil. So I got to figure that out. We made what I would consider to be some very, very good headway today. Zach's got all the bolts and all the pins. All the pins are in for the final time. All the grease fittings are in, I believe. Zach, are all the grease fittings on the insides?
The one you're pointing at right there, we got to put in, but we got to do that with it down.
This guy back here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's the last one that's got to go in.
All right. So then everything else here is pinned. It's greased. I mean, the next thing we have to do is we have to put the blade on. We've got to put our last hydraulic cylinder on. We've got to put these track pads on. What else we got? And we got to figure out the oiling of these deals. What else we got to do?
We got to do the, once we get the blade on with the last hydraulic cylinder on for the angle.
Yep, we got to finish tying up the lines on this side. Yep.
All the, there's 3 hose mounts that's got to go on.
Yep.
Track pads, oil, and we got to change the oil on that drive back there.
Yeah, we can't do that, and we were going to do that, but it's the way we got it blocked up. We can't get in there to do it. So Once that's down, we can figure that out. That's not a big deal. But
and we gotta get these covers on.
yeah, we got to get our covers on to protect the lines, which that'll be the last thing we do after the lines are all tidied up and everything like that. So essentially, I feel like we've got like 1 day left. I think if the blade goes on here, and it will, because I've already had this test fit on the back side of the blade, which you guys will see. You guys will have already seen that. I feel like 1 more day, and this thing's going to be off the blocks on the ground, and we're going to be cruising this thing about. Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to be this close. And I'm going to be honest with you. If we were to take this thing apart, just take it apart from here, take it apart, and just put it back together, it's probably about 3 days worth of work. Maybe 2 days worth of work.
Yeah.
But if the fact that we had to mess around with these pins and bushings just absolutely destroyed our timeline. I had no idea it was going to be like that. No idea. I'm not kidding. I fit pins for 2 weeks, probably more.
Yeah. I
fit pins and bushings for 2 weeks, and it was, you know what? You don't know until you know. Now I know. I'm sure there's another way to do this. I don't know. See, everything I've ever done with a pin in the bushing has been a brass bushing, and you use a reamer. I don't think you could use a reamer on a tool steel bushing because the reamer wouldn't cut it. You'd have to put it in some kind of a machine in order to cut and fit. And I know there's somebody around here that do it. And the reason why I know that is because they're the same ones that did the bushing in this blade. And let me tell you, they put one bushing in. I supplied the bushing. All they did was fit it and put it in, and it was how much?
$840, I think. Almost $900.
$850 to put one bushing in. Clearly, we can't do that. So the 2 weeks that we spent doing this ourselves was the only way this was going to happen. So we will be back. Today was supposed to be 65% chance of rain. I knew I was coming here today, even if I had to get wet, because I just had to get something done. Tomorrow is 65% chance of rain. Today ended up to be beautiful. It looked like it was threatening rain, but never rained. So I'm going to figure out what's going on for tomorrow. We are so far now that if it's going to rain all day tomorrow, I'm not going to come up here and do anything to it. It's just, it'll be too much in the rain. I'll stay home and work on videos or something. If it's not raining, we should have this thing done tomorrow. And then we cannot wait to get back to work. This is bull crap. Bulldozer bull crap. It's just taken us way too long to do this because of the pins and bushings. But listen, it is what it is. Now we're like downhill running. It's awesome. So we'll be back tomorrow as long as it's not pouring down rain. We had a great day today. Man, it was awesome. We saw some stuff getting done, and that is a great feeling. Listen, thank you all for watching the videos. We appreciate it. I know this probably makes us look stupid, but hey, we are when it comes to this. But not anymore. We got our education bought and paid for right here. So listen, come back tomorrow for more substandard YouTube footage. And hey, whatever. Y'all have a great night. I know we will.